batampa ye bedwudwam de amasa anwumre no si Akan Kasiebo over the week wudi eti wa be fontinta no so YouTube AHENKAN933FM subscribe na click adoba no so Facebook ye de dem AHENKAN933FM comment no go share na wunyanya bitwa na wa like page ne kama ede amayen wadwenche kwa na fafa SMS bra 0594841044 0594841044 kwa Asiedo Herbal Center prayer cup odidie herbal mixture ene enkunudie herbal mixture dia ba ODI electronics home appliances papa dia na kache ena watonton bi wenu nyina de omusika asoyasen ena fe
K Asenso Limited why number 1 Achase enkonya eno no otone papa no obenya bi ewo aya na so ye wei ene nyumako enkaye bi aka ho awonom etom aboa ama over the week Kasiebo ye de eba besom wo na odia ne se obekwaso ama Kasiebo no ada AHENKAN933FM FM ne ye de ensemi mu enchemu nyina sanso adom wo ebiem ene anwumre yi wakenkanfo no ayeme Adwen pa hene Kofi Mensa adwen papa na papa endi onim kan mene ambassador Queen Mada
Akosia Adepa Dumas
Information Center sa wudu de this way one more atum sa Akan Kasiebo no uta ayeyopo enti one more abie ma chese enya agro wa poe mantamu bono mantamu ana asante mantamu
FM Akan Kasiebo yo bomua ya jibe bia anuti Kasiebo mubati anka ewo End Time Information Center achim Asanteman Kwasiapia online radio ewo Asanteman temu Kumase
Aluma Suta Information Center ewo Jiwani Kwanta
God's First Information Center achim Betnase
Alternative Information Center o Yausero
Kanyame Information Center ewo achim Achikrum
Cooperative Information Center ewo Achekrum
Die yesu tumi ye Information Center ewo achim dwaha
Awurade na ye Information Center achim Apreku
Gode wae boafu
Kojokumi eye David Ba Information Center Dimpa Information Center achim Asani
Kosiewa ewa Kosiewa krom
Osono Information Center ewa achim Esam
Abnasemai Information Center wachim Abnase
Nyamene hine Information Center wachim Ofosukrom
Ena nyame Asam Information Center wo achim Krobase eye nida Sonia Awurade
Prince of Peace ewa Strasi
Somwa Heba Information Center so som se twitwe ewa achim dan Intiamwa Junction
Peace Information Center wo Kokobe
Eno sewa Information Center ewa achim anyinase
Kusam Information Center wachim achiase
Keka no krobo eye Adom Information Center
Peace Infobiz Watakrasi
Tokuya Ebutu achim Odumase
Adwempa Information Center Ojinanko Jama North
Chidom Information Center ewo achim Adubiase
Bono Mantemu Abapa Information Center Goka
Sumnyame Information Center eye Chirimenken Nyankuma ase eye Nanapia Information Center Dai Kingdom Come a police level Asioko Jama no Bono Mantemu eye Tuapa Information Center
Na wo atim atiase hene Information Center sanso na Coastal Barber Shop ewo atim manso edintrom ewo atim kokoben na Adom ewo atim mafram mempasam ewo atim asene Pisco ewo anyinam kotoku Repent ewo achim Otopa Royal Information Center ewo achim Teshi Man Mejefo Tiase ewo achim Labikrum Omega ewo achim Odan SD Ajapaye Junction Mighty achim Besiase Obig kwa abuadi number 2 Kataban ewo achiase Junction ana woni nyina abiabiem sanso na akopiemu ewo Asane Bangol nsusu a Asane ba yada woni nyina ase afe adesimama over the week no ensema wo de beso mo no afe ye famu atimu abiem ade amawo na wati mo ane de ebesom wo aka kire wo se na nadu danko akufu ado ba be kasa ade afa COVID-19 no ne ntoto ne hyehyeye eho na wei ayade atoso mako aduonu enwoche 28 ɛna kyɛso ɔba yɛ ɔne Ghana fo bɛkasa de fa ɛyɛ COVID-19 no sɛdeɛ ntotoɛ no asibi ɛkɔ wabrɛ bɛpie mu ɔman kɔkɔ Ghana mu ha na wabrɛ akwa bɛgyina simpie ɛne apaso ɔne Ghana fo ɛkasa no na yɛda ɛyɛ eduada match boso de toso aduonu enwatwa fimpi no ɛne aduonu mienu ɛna ɔde tudwa kyerɛ mu sɛ ayiyɔ ɛne afenso no sɛ yɛdi ahyiamu ɛwɔ mmɛmɛ ya wodo na yɛgyegye yani ɛne ɛsɛde yɛseme toto yɛ nneɛma ɛbana wukansie mo sɛ agya wo so wanya wakancha matwa bi na akwa ne ho ade ni nyinaa no wɔkyɛ sɛ ade agya wagya yɛ pɛmu de amayɛ ne a wobɛtimi ayɛ no ato nsa fɛ nipa dodoɔ bi a wopɛ sɛ wɔn mo ɛbɛ dwumadie no enso ase ɛsan sɛ wabla covid ba yɛ no wɔde ɔhyɛ ɛbɛto so ɛkyɛ sɛ wobɛyɛ obi ho ade ana wobɛdi ahyiamu bɛyɛ dwumadie bi a bɛyɛ ahyiamudie biara a ɛde dɔm bɛba ɛwɔ sɛ wohwɛ na wote so na nso sisi ade na dankwa akufo ado kyerɛ sɛ nipa dodoɔ bi a wopɛ sɛ wofrɛ wɔn mo ɛwɔ dwumadie bi a wodi bia asibia no utimi eto nsa ede from na mmom hwɛ sɛ woto nsa de from no ɛyɛ hokoro nsa enoma hodoɔ no ade bɛyɛ sa noma ni nyina no obetimi anya bibibi ti sɛ ɛyɛ samana ana afenso no ɛyɛ sanitizer ene noma hodoɔ keka ho no hwɛ sɛ obetimi anya bi ede asi ɛyɛ bia wɔn sɛ de bɛyɛ yade ne sankote atosi.
All in-person activities, such as those that take place in churches, mosques, conferences, workshops, private parties and events, cinemas and theaters, may resume at full capacity as long as the audience and all participants are fully vaccinated. Hand washing and hand sanitizing points should be made available at these venues. Outdoor functions at sporting events, entertainment spots, political rallies and funerals may resume at full capacity, again, as long as all persons at those events are fully vaccinated. Government will continue to engage all religious and traditional leaders, agencies and institutions to encourage their congregants, subjects and citizens respectfully to be vaccinated to help achieve the 20 million target by June 2022. I'll also urge the media to support this campaign in full.
Na do danko akufo ado sadi tudwa ewo eye COVID-19 no ehyehyɛ ne dwumadie no ase ese ɛyɛ nose mask kata wone a oba ya obɛyɛ no ɛhyɛ kete sɛ wɔsɛ okata wa no wabra wokɔ ba bia no sansa COVID-19 nya sɛ bɛte ato sɛ ɔmakoko kana me ano so akora de tudwa kyɛm sɛ sisia wɔ yafro ɛnya hyɛ biem opa ɛna wodba kata wa no opa men kata wa no ɛno so okyerem.
From tomorrow, Monday, 28th March, the wearing of face masks is no longer mandatory. I encourage all of you, though, to continue to maintain enhanced hand hygiene practices and avoid overcrowded gatherings.
Ne krakra mu no osanso ade to yenanim biam akyerɛ mu sɛ ɛyɛ yambodas awodo a wasase so ene ensuo awodo ɛso no so watum na sisia no de wabie enso ade atomo afenso kwantufo a wɔn ba bepie wɔ makonko Ghana mu asa wo ba na COVID-19 test no ayɛ bi dada wo sa bepiem wɔ makonko Ghana mu anya de sɛ yɛbɛhyire wo kete sɛ yɛsɛ kwakwayɛ COVID-19 test biem sanse yɛwu sɛ agade hia so ɔde nkratasɛm ne bɛba nkratasɛm de dem sɛ pɔ wayɛ bi dada de a wo so sɛ abrobe.
It is worth noting that the establishment of the COVID-19 testing infrastructure at the Kotoka International Airport by Frontier Healthcare Services Limited at its own cost has been key to our ability to limit successfully the importation of the virus into Ghana through the airport. The efficacy of the testing regime at KIA has won global admiration and has been applauded by all those who have undergone its testing. It has been one of the reasons why Ghana was not at the receiving end of several of the travel bans imposed by the West at the height of the pandemic, for which many African countries were affected. As from tomorrow, the 28th March, all land and sea borders will be open. Fully vaccinated travelers will be allowed entry through the land and sea borders without a negative PCR test result from the country of origin. Citizens and foreign residents in Ghana who are not fully vaccinated will have to produce a negative 48-hour PCR test result and will be offered vaccination on arrival.
Wey aya His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo atimkwana no numbremu Ghana mampanyini ena wote ne kan na wotu mu ena ne Ghana fo ebo nkomafa COVID-19 hyehyɛ ya omo ede agu akwan emu
Ebusua ya to anwumre no osia kan kasia no so over the week na wotu ye mu ena Ghana mampani Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo gina simpie ni apaso ene okenka State of the Nations address e de kire man konkro Ghana ne mra shebadwa fiefo na wokenka so na no de to so wo che so wo betina benwa no so so wo toto niema no program wo de ba ye no ye planting for food and jobs na yade a eboa pa makuafo won wo man mo abrabo asesa nentu wo de kan wo che so dams a wodro wo man Ghana mo de chese egu akwama ni nyina dagu so a supply kuafo no mu nsuo ma wode mu edidua wo no mo dabaye entu hwe tono irrigation dam na ayade a wo mo de chese egu akwama ejan na so pinti ama eboa manfo a wono mo ewo mpatemo ne dams a wodo a aka.
The successes of the program for planting for food and jobs have transformed the lives of many farmers around the country. I'm glad to announce that the Tono Irrigation Dam has been fully rehabilitated and is back to life and fully operational and is serving the needs of many farmers in the areas around. The result of significant investment by my government in the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project has resulted in the availability of a total of 13,190 hectares of additional irrigable land through the rehabilitation of Tono, Pong, Left Bank, and Pong irrigation schemes for rice and vegetable cultivation.
Ebiom Ghana man penin na nadu dankwa akufo to so watch say Agenda 111 project awade baye wo se beboa pa ma pomuden wonsem agenda na so pinti wo man Ghana mu no wo behwe sa agenda 111 district hospitals na ayaresabia wodo ayeso obesi no ebekwo so totin na wade to so watch say ayaresabia nyina da ye wa eye 111 project hospitals awo ba besi no behwe na wonoma biebie ni nyina na no ansana we free ekunwa no so 7th January 2025.
It is an ambitious project which must and will be done, and which will create 3,900 jobs for construction workers, and on completion, some 34,300 jobs for health workers. Mr. Speaker, I have to report, like all major construction projects, it is evident that the initial schedule we gave for the completion of Agenda 111 was overly ambitious. Identifying suitable sites around the country, for example, has turned out to be even more problematic than had been anticipated. I am now able to say that a great deal of the preparatory work has now been completed, and work has started at 87 of the 111 sites. I've been assured that preliminary work on the remaining 24 sites is ongoing. We have every intention of seeing this project through to its successful end, which will enable me to commission all 111 hospitals before I leave office on 7th January 2025.
Ebiomode ka obia wo tra sense Arabia wodro wo man motese Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park ene Elmina Castle ne dia keka onyina da obehwe na wonom asiesie wo se ne be ya eno so betime agya na so na pagya Ghana ewo ebibrem atoye mamu ha.
Last year, the country recorded some 623,523 visitors, up from the 355,108 visitors the year before, signifying a marked rebound of our tourism sector. We should recapture those glorious moments and build on them as we work hard to reclaim what we lost to the COVID years. Government is therefore undertaking a comprehensive renovation and modernization of tourist attractions across the country, such as the Cape Coast and Elmina Castles, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, which will enable us to position Ghana as the preferred tourism destination in West Africa. Mr. Speaker, government is determined to make our country the place where hard work pays good dividends.
Abusuya enia yetie yei eye Ghana man pene His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado.
Na yedaso ejina mu na wachi ni mu na Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado ensema wodo de kwato emrahye fie anim ne Ghana nyina ye nanim afa oman no sade waseme ebu no ade afa no ana ode asa to dwabiem akire mu ase sa wo hwe Ghana anoma mpempi no yafo obi adwuma no utimi sa sab mpradu asa anipa adwuma ya wo ye wago ane asabi o ni tiri nyina no afudwen utimi sa ne mpom nyina agogo anesa awo se kwakotena fie ne adu obi su behyem nanso be kwa akɔhwɛ na wo dakrata eso mfie ahya so no anasa bla ye wo no behu na kyese ne fie no kura no enka jampo se eba so nanso so utimi sa mpa nipa we die kasa abde die wo se ko okotena fie okwa omegye mu na je so obekomi ya se football age ebi so kura so o se school age ana je so de tie adwumam o se ne nyina ya de a ensem fata na emmoa emma ekwan ena wo mma mabunu dodo na so nya adwuma enye no nti na aban yi atimi de normal do agwa kwa so a same no ekasai enya okopiem our birth and death registry honoma omo de bibia kwa be fontentan so enti se nei wo ya wadwen se obesa wo tu fie so a ye waso ayache enya de se befa enti wasisi si ade Ghana eno eye kwan befa so abetimi aboa ama wonoma omo embre so se wo so kwa omije mo beso mbekọ no ye be yi omo nyina ade afiri ho.
The operations of the birth and death registry are finally being digitized to make sure the documents issued from that department are accorded the respect they should have. Every child born in this country will be registered, and the date of birth registered will remain your date of birth throughout your life. There will be no school age, no football age, no SNIT age, and no official age. When we register for national health insurance, the details of our identification will be the same as the details on a driving license, a passport, and yes, on our tax identification number.
Na atimkwana na sa tuazu biom di tudwan asa ayesuku ntuaso no sa nudwuma de no aya National Vocational and Technical Institute no wade no ma hodo agbo akwaso pa achese enchakura makomako aduasa en 34 wobehwe nya biabie ni nyina ano asem no kase kura bepiemu ewo achimma mu ayeso yansa ka de ebremu anafo abato mpesu aso achim awisa ochese ba akokora honom so a worese obabebie ano.
This year, I'll be commissioning some of the 34 refurbished National Vocational and Technical Institutes, NVTIs, across the country. The refurbishment comprises the construction, rehabilitation, and equipment of laboratories, workshops, additional classrooms, hostels, and administrative offices. Within the next few months, the construction of 5 technical colleges will begin in various parts of the country. 3 technical institutes will be upgraded to tertiary status. The initial phase for the construction of 9 TVET campuses will commence next month in Bosumtwe, Achimewisa, Boakon, Kenyase, Patuda, Dambai, Larabanga, Guabuliga, and Tolibri. These campuses will have academic facilities, workshops, laboratories, hostels, and staff accommodation, and provide access for training.
Ne krakra mu no asanso eda ayam na sebejafo ase electronic transaction levy I can't your friend say e-levy wade eba ye say yanhwane yangi antum nanso enwo asem na akoye bebre akoye kanana enso pepiam no kasa de na sebejafo no anya edu omo stamp atim so no wadama se enso ewo ho.
I'm happy that the House has finally found it possible to pass the e-levy bill. I believe strongly the levy is going to make a significant contribution to revenue mobilization and the management of the national economy. And I want to thank members of the House for making this possible. Mr. Speaker, there are many problems that we have to overcome to get back to where we ought to be. I need your support. No president, no parliament, no government can undertake this task all by themselves. We need all Ghanaians to pull and push together.
Wey aya ensam awodwa aya na wachi mu no His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana man panyin ko pie mu ewo mrasebe dwafie eye eda ukuada na no eye match match won match bosome no emu ana cheso ko pie mu a ode sa nsem wei enso ekoto eye edwa ewo hono
abusuana na wochi ya mu a wono mo agi e-levy abode pambedi atu mu no enam so makane eye mampeni de mo man konkro Ghana ra John Dramani Mahamadi atuja watcher say e-levy electronic transaction no eyade a emwa Ghana kura no nti ena National Democratic Congress ndi Samuel Ko na sori tia no na woche nsem na woche so ko emra sebadwa fia dom dodo no wonom ye 138 dom kuma ye 137 ni nada enam so from na independent MP no mra sebadwa no no ena wakoma dom dodo no wonom akoye 138 wako Johnny womo na wode ka woche se de ntia na 11 no ne pass aye den ne sehe wo hwekura MPs no baako ne ho mfa no wo mamra sebadwa fio nti enwa ye den pa de ama omkoye ombefa so a wo mbe pass 11 no ebi ode ka woche se mampeni abede che Dr. Mahmoud Bami abiribi atwi wo be ka se 11 anyade a awo no be taxi mobile money fo bia gigi sika bia wesanse wonma ayusu mobile money ne ye wonma sabe wo mu eni bi anso ne se de esi akoye eno no.
I heard many of you shouting e-levy. Yeah, e-levy is topical because it's a new tax that this government is introducing. Our party has been against it. We are 137, they are 137, and there's one independent who has opted to do business on their side. So that brings them to 138 in any vote. Unfortunately for them, one of their MPs is absent, and so they've not been able to marshal their numbers. It makes us 137, and that has made it difficult for them to pass it. But what's the reason why we're against the e-levy? It's a regressive tax, and we think that, as the vice president himself said, then he was running mate, he said that he didn't think that mobile money should be taxed because it's used mostly by the poor and vulnerable people.
Ebia mode ka wa watch sa abane person fa kwan bia so na wajije taxes a wodo de free Ghana for do na ebinom etua tax that we kura a double tax na wohwe e-levy abane dia ba wo hye Ghana for say wonom na ma wo fa sika hye wo mo ankasa ade no nka wo mo yese wo mu twemu.
The thing is, the tax is multiple. Because if my employer puts my salary in my mobile wallet, let's assume 1,000 Ghana cedis for just as an example, 1,000 Ghana cedis. Anytime I spend above 100 cedis, I'll pay 1.75. If I send money to my mother, I'll pay 1.75. If I send money to my child in school, I'll pay 1.75. Any electronic transaction I do above 100 cedis, I'll pay 1.75. But if I have an account and I go and draw my 1,000 cedis, I'm good to go. If I spend it on anything, I don't pay 1.75. So it's like a tax on tax. Because you paid me my salary, you've taken out the tax already. And yet anytime I spend that same salary, using it electronically, you tax me. And so it's a regressive tax. And that's why we are against it. And we've all been fighting for a cashless society so that people don't carry cash around. Now, if you introduce this tax, it will encourage people to carry cash around. So it's stuck.
Abusia wei kane mampeni John Dramani Mahama.
Na over the week ni mu na yade ensama wodwo ade esomwo ensama wodwo a yade be somwo fiti eye anano adwoada no ebesi eye efiada no ene asase nkonya yade wo esa enam akire ebiemu na wochi ni mu no ebeto dwa esa ukopiem omrase badwafi a eye electronic transaction 11 no 11 yanya age atum ewo ho no a chese na eno eye eda ebrada ana eye ma chebosom da toso aduono enkono Pino any aduono mienumu na wabra womo edo mo stamp team se panya no ena waswafo wesikasam entoto ya eso onmanyafo ken ofori ata ene nsam twrafo bon koma no aka kire wonom se sisi a emrase bedafo anya ade atum ne de ya hwade mu se hwe be aye asoya omo ena hwe sikasam anaso omo agigigeje aye ato wo maikoko ganamia Ghana Revenue Authority JRA omo ene aye Controller General fo beka bomu no amaye nhyehyeye ahoharimu na Nyankopon ya adoma yanta nkosi eye mme bosome ni mu de ne ya fiase ne agigi eye 11 no said be betumi de aboa impuntunyuma.
We had some meetings of the Controller General and GRA, and they have indicated to us that right at the beginning of May, they should be able to get the systems all together.
Na owie ya no ano sadi piso ato aso kire mu sei wa bra mu nyina esi nkonya omudia no baba ye dia fa 11 no ma dia tuma pe ɛna dɔm ketewa ne sɛ hene ne amonte aseɛ ɛno nti wɔn mu nyinaa di twi afiri ɛyɛ emrasɛ bedwafie ɔnom a wɔnom antra wɔnom anhwɛ me ampase 11 no na no no wɔse nti pia mu pia yɛ paa obusa wo fa so ɔbɛɛ paa ne baa so ɛde maamɔ wɔse wɔn san nkɔte koraa na yɛse ɛdɔm ketewa ne sɛ ɔmonte aseɛ ade ɔmo de kɔ ɛyɛ Supreme Court na Supreme Court ahwɛ abu asɛm no ɛde ama wɔn mo ɛna wɔtem sɛ wɔn nyinaa no ɛyɛ ɔhaw arakwa.
They registered a moment in our history where things came together and we shall move forward and conquer. I mean, that's democracy. You know, somebody has an issue, they go to court, you resolve it, you move on. I don't think there's anything dramatic about that. You know, we believe there was a quorum in the house. You're walking out does not mean that there's no quorum. You could have gone for lunch and come back. Who knows? So we are really pleased that things went well. And I think the nation is settled. There's a certain spirit of calmness and yabre yenko yenim.
Wei ayo swafo resika sam totua eso o mai konko Ghana mu hianom onimonyamfo Ken Ofori ata ana wote ne nka no
na ilavi a wo mojitu mu amrase badwafia na no benade nam soma edom kuma no andi samanyo koron ma pala papa wo madwa he na nam so emma won ba no dani ma na wetili da wo amrase badwafie ayo no nyamfo haru na adruso odi atoso wo tese kwala wo mo fa so pass 11 anya no kwan no kra anya no kwan no ta sensem bi kokko so wo mo ye nema si one time ya kwala wo mo fa so pass ya no eya de a entwa ye kra no ntino 11 ya wo mo fa kwan ya enya so pass ya wo mo ji atomo no wo mo so di asem ne ko Supreme Court na wo mo wo kwan se wo mo de ko Supreme Court esa se Ghana ya mamra no article ba ku wo ma aya article 104 nti wo mo ji article 104 no so edi 11 ya wo ma pass ya atom edi ko Supreme Court ewi ade ka wo che se 11 ya wo ma ji atom amanfo ani age no wo mo nya nte sa de wo mo nije no ebeka de.
Simply, as I have said, when they were told that the ruling of the Supreme Court was an absurdity, many of you didn't appreciate it. Now you do. It means that you needed at least 138 for decision, any decision, whether on amendment, whether on third reading or during consideration stage, that the Constitution so elaborately provides for. So those of you who want to go further, even to the Supreme Court ruling, and still have some lingering doubts, even as we prepare to challenge the matter in the Supreme Court, a judicial determination have been made on Article 104 of the Constitution. Clear cut. Anything to the contrary is a sin to Article 104, the 1992 Constitution, and the ruling of the Supreme Court of Ghana. And that is what mandated them to go to court to question our decision on 30th November.
Abusia, wey minority leader one Rasabadwafie, Ononyamfo Haruna Idrisu.
Over the week, Kasiebo ana agentra ewo wasumoi AHENKAN933FM so wajencha no kwasua na fabra wa Facebook amanfo ehyegumu anya de ketwa eno AHENKAN933FM ti ko Facebook okwa no asache ye ne edem no na wa ofrase na do wajencha no enso edigu o share na ema foforo nso entimi enya bi enso enhwe wo YouTube so yedem eno so ye AHENKAN933FM sa wadru one man wa bomade no subscribe no abeka yabusu akono na boa ye pa 0594841044 for attention for faso efabla 0594841044 SMS enya beka yen sapa beka kan enso ede amount ya to so na yakoyanim na aye na wachi mu ano esanso abeto dwa ekire mu se okopie mu amrase badwafia dom ketua no na wonum pa lai pa esansa anano brada wonum akwa asetena no wo hwe aye dom ketua no ene dom kase na cheso mu komrase badwafia pa na chese enya agoro nanso so aye dom ketua no ekire se wabro mu kofa enkrata wonum etire mu di adigum se ampa enipa sumasi anaso obenten obamrase badwafia fie another eda say no wase wonum kofa san krata na chese dom keto ndodo na no won ba mra se badwa fie nanso no mudin anim enom se ada won na ye se yi obi ama ba adwuma wo se ma ma adwuma de se koba ne sa de woni man din ye o enu nti wonum de omani bira kwasoa ye opanyin ono na hwem na se badwa fie adwuma de ne to ye eso eye ono eye owura ne den ede sero eye kwabra ensia omdo mani bla kwasoa no so pa so odo kwabra ensia wo de ne wontini ye na de na ye sa de ne abadwuma se giant badwuma na eno enanam so bi ema mra se badwa ne ogiram de ma de hye no ma won mo aswase abato mpetwa so asantemantamu dom ketwa no wono na eye won chief whip onimanyamfo Muntaka Mubarak won nsamtrofo kasa ya na chese wo chese enuoma no sade no ehye no koye no entwa yi.
Honorable Dan Latif, Honorable Elizabeth, Honorable Apia Martin, the Speaker, all these members were in this house. And I don't know, Honorable Abdul Salam from New Dubiasi, Superior Ibu was even sick, was in a white gun, the Labia at the back here. The most unforgivable error, that deliberate, not a mistake, is to refuse to record that we walked out. So Speaker, with the greatest of respect, we just want to sound caution to our clerk and his team. It is true that people may have their party affiliation, but what we expect from them is fairness and accurate reporting. This partisan behavior, we will not tolerate it. It is deliberate and it was intended for a purpose, and that purpose, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately has been achieved out there. Because go around all the radio stations and TV stations, all they are discussing is the vote and proceedings and lambasting our members unfairly. And Mr. Speaker, it has led to almost a crisis within our group. I'm really very sorry that it's getting this far, but it is hurting.
Ania uti ye ayam na shebe dano jam di mali chen mo aswase abatu empesu yaso asantemantam onukro ya ayam minority chief whip onimanyamfo Muntaka Mubarak nananu si ya pe enam na shebe dwamu chairman in Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Akan Kasiebo Babin enso di tu da ka kire dom keto an se do mato mani ade asi eye clerk so eno wo chese enya de beboa kura enya de sefata empo eso mode no e folly amanyosem emu chese eye opanyo no na hwe eye mra shebe dwamu adwumade ne ntoto ye eso no wode no folly amanyosem no wo chese entwa ye kura enu nti won sada entra onom enhwe nhwe han emu mu nkoso emfa nsem bi sei emfolly no entu otuo no nyina fo eso wonum enya ensem bi saa ensem fata moa emra mra shebe dwafie adwumade enkoso no.
The clerk is a technical public officer, in fact, the chief technical advisor to the Speaker on the practice and procedure of the House. So it's not covered here. When you go to 93.5, clearly it says, and I quote, the conduct of the Speaker, members, the Chief Justice, and judges of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised except upon a substantive motion and any amendment, question to a member or remarks in a debate on a motion dealing with any other subject. Any reference to the conduct of the persons mentioned shall be out of order. Here too, the clerk is not covered because the clerk cannot, so far as parliamentary practice and procedure is concerned, culture, conventions, does not capture the clerk to respond to allegations against him on the floor. He cannot do that.
Way I am Marcelo Jamu Chairman, Right Honorable Akan Kasiebo Babin, and Motinin Kane.
Abusia yetwa eye over the week Kasiebo no so na ya konsem fufuro me humesua mo na enkwada no placement ye babo tie na self placement for say won tie na do so pa and I'm so my public relation officer the Ministry of Education e wura kwasi kwa attend ya todwa ya watch so kwa self placement ye ba enkwada ni buon ma won mo ye registration na na schools no mo chusu nsia enu ntine se wo grade na wonya ne schools na wo chusu na ma cha nya dia system na ebefa na wochete ninsem na woche so enya dia wo benya suku a wo chusu ye na computer na aka so grade no ntino wanya oche sente sa se grade ne ye na suku a wo chusu ye na ne fade ya computer na enipa tiete no wode bema wo na se grade na mfade nya dia computer na de bema wo no ntino wode atoso a woche se esuafo won mo computer na ama won mo suku so no kwanya wo ho no mo se wo mankasa betimi aye self placement.
Possible say ubitima select all your 6 choices, but in terms say if you didn't match or selection no to say ubinya possible so be miss out ni nyina ye modern ba na say wa hoden e wa exams nim say wo ho say school bia ni ho a wan fa computer no do be dey e beto because obia o adekunti also obekọ school A and say school B say you run say schools nya na wentima match with any of the schools na ya do ko bibia friend self placement model the self placement here say your other list of schools be brave vacancies wo ho a ehon so akonya wo ho a wan kasa obetima kọ na based on your grade no so no me fancy bia unya grade 8 grade 12 grade 16 bia grade 18 na eno no so wo the list of schools a wo say no so be dey ebeba na wa fa school kro na wo ye dey oko eno obetima sesa kopem se obebe bibia friend enrollment ni say wa tutu na ko school mu ho na wakwaje nkrata ahyehyɛ nkrata ne sampa afedi wo ba sa school we dey ewom enye saade ase unya enrollment ne dia wo akwanya sa school na eye ne self placement no obeye dey obesesa many times
Ebusunyori kwatin di bika wa watch say we dia was Ministry of Education no ene Ghana Education Service ene Ghana Technical and Vocational Education Training Institute TVET for no say wonu mo ncheche nkwada no council wo mo kwan ya wo mo fa so etusu wonu mo school so no
we school no counselors say in terms of the counseling regime I was schools ni mu no ye hia say ye be hye mo kena say ye ka counselor emprepia na ye career counseling so free mu na ye share about bia nipa no mental or emotional needs and on they provide counselor home is an opportunity to see nyina na share that bit of career counseling here dey because enchiremu no share down ko ase ho especially those very schools no na mwa eje say to obefa choice na we be general science obefa or strength no na nye general science na be dey ebeboa na emprepi no wo hear counselors aya no more at the secondary school level. But Nina na chade bako a invitation and extends a clear message to Air Ministry of Education, your agencies, Ghana Education Service, Ghana TV Service, CSSPS, and say in terms of say education, ne cut down no. If you so ne ye cut even up to the schools level no, especially at the basic schools no. I was say a boa with the counseling regime no, na a boa with the selection process because we selection process na clearly a bikra advantage over a binumu.
Wey kasamafo adema Ministry of Education asoya one of him mesua so owura kwasi kwaten
na adesima ya batwa eya ensam no enkaye no so ede amaw ya ba ye ne akase mpatamu enkomo anase ya setnamu enso ensam awodo ede somwo ewo na wochi no emu na mmom ke asenso limited eka ho ana wodom aboedo mamu ensam ede edan wo ke asenso limited wode eye enkunya papa de abadwama so a enkunya no ho den papa sa obo wode ma osaka bia eye afebo enesika ho den enti wo to bibia no atone papa preko na ke asensu nkunya no se bia mo ya asori anase mo ye kuo bi emunhia mo bia wona mo penkunya papa ede aguo no mababoa mo pa mo hyem betimi atra so feel comfortable a ne nyina no eye ke asenso enkunya me pa cho bedroom kunya no ebi ewo sanso na hall enkunya ebi wo reception office nkunya na opa office nkunya ne de ewo se wonya de otrem a wanka so betimi adada ho ebetimi de wanante kakra na atimi enso aboa ne nya no ke asenso ewo bi ode niaye de ode enade aye de ode aye rubber enso so aye ne nyina no obenya bi enso ewo na so ode authentic bookshelves de aba na sa authentic bookshelves no sei ye boabo nkrata nyina no na ye de asem kama eboa ye paati nkrata sem bia no ade bia ye ehuhia wo awakuchi de agu nkrata so bia no adanse enti na ode sie ewo aye authentic bookshelves ni mu na aboa ye pa so hwe mo Facebook live YouTube live what ready now benkran popuni mantem a wodwani echemo seko adabraka Iran kene kwantempono eso ana be hu wanam atra esanso na se obutu kanesia wode ane so wodwani be chemo flamingo kwantempono eso obe hu wanam atra ye enso eho ani die mu ani obuo kwan so mepa chom frɛ ayeke asenso na ne nkasa ewo 0244 56 80 14 0244 56 80 14 ana 0243 12 76 68 0243 12 76 68 eno eke asenso ahoma eno no
kwaku asiedu herbal center prayer camp the GDA herbal mixture the abani nkunumde herbal mixture Inremi enu aboa pansa yewa ahodo bebrejide heba mesa honam yawa ba behwe oso no ebetu ase de ama wo ebe boost immune system ne pa kunudie nso eboa yefun yade osa yade na ba behwe yefun ne mu aye kunudie heba mexta be ma wa ye mre ewo mpem oba bosome so a na wa ya ase ka odwe ne yare wa ahodo bia kunudie heba mexta ebedu akagina mu pa uban kwaku yesedu heba center and prayer camp ewo achim asubua enu obenya bia towo achim oda Mandarina Hotel na Chumesi Drugstore ena afa Cecilia Ata Drugstore so achim dan kwantanum asubua main station Kwadwo Drugstore Mamu Drugstore Herbal Shop ne pharmacy shop nyina da obenya gide herbal mixture ene nkunimide herbal mixture ne bi ato na wochese obesan so timidi wosunsum yade nyina da etete wo no e de abakwaku asiedo herbal center prayer camp ogia homai na ne wono mo entwetwe nkobo 0545 595070 0545 595070 na 0247 037564 0247 037564 kwaku asiedo herbal center home of herbal medicine. ODI Electronics. Watunto home appliances ayeba papa, TV, fridge, deep freezers, gas cookers, blenders, kettle, washing machine, ne won kokwa nyinada. ODI Electronics atunto nyinada bi mobile phones nyinada, air condition. Watunto nyinada bi eye papa ne bo no F4. Wachese obetimi atwa ne kakra wutua wie ya pe na watama de kro na wo pe no ede amawo. Obehu na cha kwan watama boabo. Wani AHENKAN933FM nyinada ene wadan krom dia homai nya eni ODI Electronics entwetwe nkomo 0550900600 0550900600 anasa 0546 557175 0546 557175
Afe adishimama yetwa over the week Kasiebo no so ede amount na yeye na wochi atwa mu no yede besumwo aka kire wo ede wukopie mu ewo eye achim takurase na wonom ye kwa ya na chese nyani kwa esanse eye kro no mu akwan ahodo aban no ahye wonom bose obeye ede ama wonom no aban no de nensa akeka chese wafiri ase a wodi wudwuma na so bebi ame no kasa de kwa na yato na jeje mu na eno nam so ebi ama wohene awowo achim takurase osabare ma owusu nkatia awodikan ene AHENKAN Kasiebo etwetwe nkoma no ka kire yese abra wo pa se kwan ye da wonom yi ye wo titire ne anyintinifo wonom firi kro ni mu nanso wonom entimi enhwe emwanye sa kwan no emfa ma wonom enam so ema ne ka kire aban yi ene osuafo no ne hwe akwan ene akwantempo dwumadie eso nomanyafo akwase am akwata se wasra na pempen ya yaji 11 atumi de wonhwe no maye wonom akwan emfa ema wonom
na mo yetu mene onaboa makwata hia empen bebre na se ya mpomene ni kuhia wo senkubase ma mede ho asem nyina to onaboa makwata nim se yakwan no ba wo hye me ane se na ukwan de ye beba be yama mo na yenim se se ne adwuma ne fi ase ne se ne yekono na nka mo be ye ya twen ye hu se ne hwe efi kede ebese akosi oda ya se contractor na gigya ne me nyina guso contractor no so ba me ni die ama ode ne contract ma me ti me bono so me poya nana kani ho oya osiskani oni enti nyina hu se bia yilebi na yem pass ye enti na e bia se kosa sisi ayesra ban se o motimi pass yilebi na yesra se bibia omde omsaka no enra o kasai na se hu se aban na obeye adwuma enti won hwe se contractors no on be pay fan kakra dia mom na nwuma ya kwan omde omsabe kan so abe takurase wenchi kusi from Kede to Oda township na wodidemu no a omabeye drainage na makru no ma basa nsuo to a hu ka akura hu ba bia odefa
na osabarima nkatia aodikan asade tosubiem akire musa ensuo akwape ewo ni kroma chesane mafo ete so pa wonim nya ensuo enoma nti wonim a esafata se wonim hye na ensuo enso eho eye mrede ma wonim no womuntumrika enya wonim emoa
Saban na fensu de twato kra ye yensuo semo e wa ha bremu yen bremu de honsi bremu pipe omo tapo ye omo chiche no wenchi so abe kusi takrase omo che babia kede nyina omo nyese ansuo no bi a omo no mata omo si oda esibi wakwatia na sen krom yensen ya ye da bremu ho pe ne ye chiche bremu nsuo na se yenya bidi a esraban no se omo ye ne sensuo no ebi mfa ha na se bremu yen ya na ye mu ama ne ye mu bibia fiti ye mofrase abesi ne yesre ne pa se omo ntwe omo ni na omo ntwe sensuo no bi omo tapo man na because yensuo ye wa hane no mu ani oye esa yare bi kunkum ye nyina enye nyina so ne benye sika topia otane ade ano yesra ban no pa se eno so aban ntwene ni no mahwe atakrase ye bre wo ne ma bebre ho
wei aya ohene a wono ana ewo atakrase aya osabare ma ousu nkatia a odikan
na watwi mu beto dwase oman baako oha ene eduonum 150 countries ene wonom hwe se prewanyin abortion ayade ama no homne so pa ye ne womo check ye no ede ba oman Ghana afimpinu no edunum ene afimpinu ene edunkunum na abortion ko akoso o Ghana aya 266,000 and am so ma oba hema o watema boabo Brim Central Municipal Assembly Puemantem nana owusia akotwa wotoso 9 ede afutu sam kase akwa ama wofo nyina da se ya wono mo hwe wo momofra ne ye papa ewo eye emprewanyin sen ene kwan a wo mofa so ene namfo enam na woto ne kasa so chechem na wo kire so kane no na wono wo amamre ne amane bia ne akwadanya abu ne nsase pe na wono ayi na pie no ye bragoro eno kura na esimpre wanyin sen kwan kurampo ma ka bo hyen kurampo ma eno nti odi atoto biom a wo sra wofo nyina da se wono mo hwe wo momofra ne ye na wo mo nya wo kasa kire pa na wo mo ntutu nya buku no wo mo nchachom kwan a wo befa so abo no ho ban de afiri nyinsen ho
abatan no ene enkwala no ese omfanyonko na sa wo ba na oduru mmiri bia hu se woye ayo mami sempo a ayo mami taku na sa ma wani ko akwala no akwala de se hu se waduru ne mpani yeso na wabu ne nsa enema obehia so ode besiesie no esa wo maame no wo ma wani ko hu se okoboni mu a ubehu na so okoboni mu na emperwanyinsen okofa de ba Osa oye ne sa na wotete na obehu baabi a obefa na okọ baabi nso enye nso obehu na waka ade no oso obeye esa ode no ko family planning na ye wone pane enka ne nanka abayiwa oduru time a obebu ne nsa ye bebo na hema amane nti ye tena oye be premier sampra na mprenum mprensia na ye amane ne amamre de amano ne agro ne bra de mankwala no yesa de ne bebre free aware jaye nti abatan ene ye nkununum ye hwe ye no ho do ye fa nware emema no na omohwe nkwala no so nya baabi nsi sia
nana hema aya owusua akotwa wotoso 9 ade bi ka ba wo chese 11 aba na enya aba de wo som se beboa mampuntu akoso nko ade a wajetum
eleven da osam ana omojeje no so mo de beye de ebeboa oman ne nyina nso mefuaso we de kakra ana ebotoa say mo de beye de oman ne pe ma obia so ehu se ade omojeje de omo de ayeni a enyina ayefuaso
wei eye oba hima wo wachem aboabo ewo Brim Central Municipal Assembly Puemantem nana owusia akotwa wotoso 9 ene yete ne nka no
na chedi oponyakopon aka eye owura yere eye Adelaide Thompson na koma ama samno kasai watimi de noma agodo bi ebeboa ama pomden adwumade akonanim ewo achem aboabo health center ho eno ebutu bremu enfifini mensin mu Puemantem mu wode akoma wonum se wonum hwe na omomfa emwase de bembe timi de age enipa enso enkwa na wabra wode enoma ne koma womo no ana wone Ahenkan Kasiebo yensam twereni kwabna akim ebo enkomo ana waka kire ne se de man nam subia wode sa enoma ebe kire eye apomden ahwe no no ene se wose eye na ha ne pa so obehunu se obekwa ya sabia bi na enoma ewose omonsa ka omonsa nka obekwa ba bi na kire se omudwumadie nyina no enhyeda nkonkan adaya akade ya wose omonsa ka no omonsa nka ose akoba ne sa na wotete no hai eno ena onde nam subia wode sa adoye wei enso ede akwakoma eye atem aboabo health center no
na me community nurse na se me kodi abuchi nti yese ho aye dwefie senia enema koso fie ne ade ade me behu aha rebi na me hu se nema bebi ho no ma etosi nti amama dwen wa ha nti ene tambia me bebi na ma dwen bibia fe se ebeboa no te senia na me dia boy se nipa nkwa de kakra bi adiketua bi na betumi agi nipa ene doctor o nurse onum adeseden onima adwuma ne sɛ de na sɛ ne ɛsɛ sɛ boa no mo yɛ adwuma na ni hɔ a yɛsɛ nipa ne nkwa na ekuta ne nsɛm no ɛnyɛ hwɛ ne ma me de bae no yɛ nneɛma a so obi enya asma anaasɛ obi ntumi nhome yie a na ebia na yɛ bibi asi na harawa kwan so betumi ahome yie nti yɛ fidie betumi aboa nipa no ahome yie ama mframa pa akonomu kan bofo nebulizer any space a just etu ramon aba problem ye de sade we so no mu ahaya na etumi agine nkwasi okra bia be smaka kra bi ansan wadu me yesese aban na NGOs ni omo ya hwe no omo bedi hu dwuma
Wey aya Orayere Adelaide Thompson ana adishimama mote eye ne nka no na no achi no na eye opanyin no na hwe achim aboabo health center no eso eye Dr. Edwin ono enso eda ye mami asepa ene emwa ogusu a wode eboa eye ayalsabia no
Mama ye de eni asopa at least na dwempa ne niema odi ye boa facility de sonkopa obi a ohwe niema bebre wo ha ono na provide bompa ise nyame bekoso ahira no na amanejuma akoso ayeye na ebe isi this opportunity appeal amamo like community among crofo na amoso amon ni other places a ombetimi aboa facility no ayeye ayebetimi ahwe ye microphone na ye no mo ewo aboabo man so omoso ombebua na facility nso nyede enko enim ti sese mama esibua wa provided with so many basic equipments ema ejuma ha efe we yini yema odebua the community they will use this opportunity to thank ese nyame hra no nya nekese na mo a omo abrochire anase omo Ghana ampa ombetimi aboa ombebua aboabo health center na ye nyama equipments ebetimi ye ejuma aboabo man
Wey aya opanyina no na akopie mu achim aboabo health center wonoma wo hwe aya eso Dr. Edwin na adishimama yete ne nka no
na wotwe mo ne yete se asase water and package water producers for se womo ebetumo every first April 2022 bag na 6 CDC and am so ma Ghana for bi de to yansan twani kwabena akima enim a womo che so pure water na ne boa ya dendenden sa na ya de ya watete ye pa na so no de aba na aba ebidi kan wa wo mo kire so se de niam boa se ya de ansuo kura keke nipa ebenum akoni mu a water no so ya life no ntine wo mo sra aba ne se ka be ya wo mo ntete niam so emfa mo man konkro gan
yebe kwa kwese ebula ne anuam na ne ayende mi pure water de mi ntobie anse ne menu mbonewu
so ne de opesi na kana ne boy de ba ese de so ne ba betoto itino person mo nteso na obi asika ba so obi atimi tobi
obi aye na djuma de opere no oye nsi no mutum omuditum ego ko mi omutum amemeto mi se madjuma meye na mi se mehwere na maye de meye wo hu se normal isi aye ko ya ne menko ya chibi o
wonu nkofo maye ne eble
abani ya hu bibi maye anke boy because zia pure 40 pesos ne de anoshi abani ya hu bibi maye is it the na anya hu bibi
20 pesos na omo de baye e ko 30 na ko 40 zia omo pese zia ye didi aye nyede nsi obe na omo pese ye no mo tete nyoma so maye
abusia wei eye Ghana fo adwenkyere ade fa sachet water ya wonomatum eho
afe adishimama manfo adwenkyere wonoma kyerede afa over the week Kasiebo yi enwo na yede etwaso amamoi na wo Facebook no hwehwanimu krata yansamrane ame ede frɛ no na kwame yeboa yansamtweni ewo media general asante mantamu sisi ansokra hwehwanimu si okakopiem of Fox kwame no kwame yeboa se good work pa ene yaye no si adwumaden ene ya bono eye ene anwumere na eye Boafo George enso ediaba eno nso hwe wo eye adenta na Ken George no ana wo kyerem say yema eye honorable Eric Opoku aso entepa se Ghana se o hwe adwumadi a ye di a ye ne eye manchi banchi ye produce we pa banchi chese enya agronti kwan bi anda ho se Ghana be kwa kra banchi pa de free eye China we say what entimi possible and ono so ede aba esansa Greek minister so obo adwumaden pa na edumazi Hassan enso ediaba no so ekire mu say anka news no o say the best among the rest akosua ene adwempa mabo adwuma anwumre yankopon enhyira mu nyina ne abusuafo enkaye ne nyina yeda ase ankoma first anso ne wo de hye achem ayrebia no ewo achem bi animu eno no so ekire mu say sabre yi mu okọ wiase afana ne baabia covid na da romo etiama enuoma ayesi nwantan na so onde ogidi ye say enuoma sabesi ne dada mu ebiem abra ye tuato ne yede abo aban na afin so no aso mu hwe sika sam toto ye so hwe so mu so be djuma ese efata hwe ankoma foster ohu me panasem tu wa ye obi o ya manyoni na so de oseme eye na manyosem no ye makono ono ka issue no no wa chirim de obeya ebeboa mo ankoma foster no no Ghana de sa ne te kire ya dwene na owie no ana owo ahene eye akwasi achampon kwa chenso de aba ana also HSA se wo hwe doctor owusu afi ya koto ye osofo hwe anuane ani kwa adwuma de so a wono so oboa pa oboa adwumaten se de be ya Ghana ha yeduane sem ane yekua ye be ya akono afa ne tuma pa afira na so ya no mfuo bi pese omo dada na omo ade omo ensem bi forifori no na so omo ya dede ya emfa ya te kwabena Barrick well anyway kwabena so dia ba ene ono enso kire mu say wadanya kopon ase pa se 11 no ya paase kama enso ewo ho no mo sanso na master planner junior kentampo na ono enso so kire mu say AHENKAN news no wo se emuda honom kama pa moye guy rough eno atwere dia ba wachia honorable prince Oben Greater Accra Regional Organizer Master Planner Junior no so maka kiro na onchia mi bi sara chia ye chia Baba Zambo so choko wankwa na onso mtene ka che Master Planner Junior yate oyine yanko oyima
Nana srebu atia se dia ba wo che se Kufuado Ghana mampeni etu amanfo for the fact COVID-19 woni pa ya akobo dumping wo baabi na wono mo ye campaign no na wo mo refi omo ho ana ade wo pese wo twetwe Ghana fo ana ono ne dia wo dia ba no na we dia ba wo che se ye friend senior obibini GH also di Fratima Preko sister akosu ane bra kofi mense nyankopon nhira mo pa ene AHENKAN dwuma ye fo nyina se abozege thank you and I what type to na we so dia ba wo che so nyankopon adrom o se Ghana ebegina na so biom o se ye frɛ no Asrifi Solomon odan kwanta o se o man edwuma pa na edwuma de a ye AHENKAN FM edwuma ye fo na we so dia ba wo che sa AHENKAN Super Weekend News no the best Bishop Edifri Achemman so na ba ye na we so dia tato a wo che sa Timwa Wisa wono mo nhyeda nya na kile wo ho nti wamfa ne di amba nanso ye beka cha technician fo no wo mahwe na bibia akonkan ya ha ena ebra makwa na ya di over the week kase ebo ne nyina da ese anwumre ya boafo amasafo atwe won ebo abobo ne nyina da de ma ye afei wo hene ba Michael so de kwa ba fontintan no so nyankopon hyira mo anwumre news team ni nyina da eteye chire Midin edi akosua adepa dumasmenen
adwen pa hene kofi mensa dwene papa na papa endi wani mukan Kasiebo na si yesi achiamopi yama mo